Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Sit I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did Omega Raids. Today we're going to go and do more Omega Raids. I doubt we'll be hearing from Biggs and Wedge for a while yet. Should we push on here in the meantime? Reliable as ever. Without further ado then, let us move things along. According to the analysis, your next opponent, Deltascape, is a being named Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus, you say, the Queen of Dimension Castle? What's this? You know of her? What do you mean you don't? Well, I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folk tales. It appears the lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such things are wont to unfold, she meets her end at the hands of heroes, incurably valiant youths, not unlike our adventure friend here. Literary historians have speculated that the tale could be loosely based on the events that which took place in the 4th Astral Era, with little remains of that age, and there's no way to verify the claim. Indeed, most now assume the story to be a work of pure fiction. You mean to tell me that Omega is populating its grand experiments with fictional characters? Would seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant to grasp have I of that which men know and know not. Mark me then, Omega hath no soul, no mind eye in which to envision a rival. To bring forth new life it must need to draw upon that which hath already been, its every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its experience. It possesseth the means to retain the knowledge of entire eras, and not only of this reflection, yet it perceiveth not this knowledge as we do. Fact, fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning for Omega. All is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. Ha! That'd be a That's such a wondrous weapon should exist. Surpasses my wildest imaginings. And they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, Nero. We adults are thinking. But perhaps now is not the time. Lynn said she was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with Halicarnassus. Quay. Yeah! Time for Deltascape 3. I'll be right back. Okay. That was close. I was thinking like, wait a minute. Wait, for some kind of reason I need to do something in my OBS. I don't remember what. Anyway. What fools are these who have entered my domain? No matter. You shall remain here for my pleasure. You guessed it, another boss from Final Fantasy V. Good old Halicarnassus. She does rivets. She, he, they. I think it's a she, but it wasn't nice. Anyway. When I do rivets, it's going to be a conal in front of her. And it will turn you into a frog. That's one way to play. Spellblade Holy, couple of AoEs, and a stack mark. Spellblade Blizzard is a close thing. My god. I'm surprised that I managed to get out there. That was a little bit close. Alright, place Dark Token. It plays on 4 boys, and these boys are going to do AoEs. Green's Waltz will target all the party members and put an AoE on that. So you can just move out of the way from that. The playing field. Here we have all of the marks. I call it the roll marks. I'm gonna cast the game. But you need to stand in your roll symbol, otherwise you will have something happen to you. I have no idea, because that's something that I haven't really gotten hit by. Yeah. Right, green spots. Keep earthly dance. You need to be on the blue squares, otherwise you will get launched into the air. And then we've got a Bengal dragon. Let's go and help filling it. Another Queen's Waltz. Make sure you stay on the blue, or you will come to regret it. Spellblade Blizzard. And Spellblade Fire. And Spellblade Thunder, my god. There's a lot of Spellblades you got there. Mind Jack, right face. Oh shit, I didn't think about that, did I? I thought they would like give it a second, but no. It just immediately goes in there. Another Rivets. Okay, so there's another really cool mechanic with this bot, which I don't think we're gonna see. Yeah, no. Wow. Well, my friends, I guess that is something that we will see in Savage, if it is in Savage, that is. Otherwise, we'll rip. The thing that Enix can tell you about it is that it will basically like teleport you to a little like desert, which is also based off of an area in Final Fantasy V. And then you need to like choose the correct pathways. You'll be like going along quicksand basically, and you need to reach the end before the timer expires. If you're fast enough, you even get a buff when you leave. So, there we go. I'm glad you're safe, Lynn. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Forgive me. You deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are but one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. The next battle is with Subject Delta 4, this world's final resident. From what I've been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes the form of a dark mage. All of which suggests, I suggest you ignore. His name is ffXIV, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I'm quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when ffXIV calls upon the power of the void. Which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil, and the heroes defeat ffXIV, of course. What did you expect? I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not make them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? One moment, Link Pro. Ah, Biggs, at the control room, are you? And what news? I see, very well. I'll tell the others. You two take care of it there. Sorry for interruption. That was Biggs. He reports that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we were able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. System may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by elegant standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well then, you must keep on fighting the good fight here, must we not? Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on ffXIV would seem to be our only recourse. Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then. I would see you follow in the footsteps of the heroes of the tale. Quest the Sorry. Quack away. Duty funders have been updated to regular duty, which we will do as Bard. Off we go, and I will, once again be right back, because I'm gonna have to wait. Alright. Of course, XDev is also Final Fantasy V reference. It is the big bad. Finally, it is in my grasp the power to control all creation, the power of the void. With his own music, of course. We'll cast Doom, which will doom some of the people. Needs to be cleansed. Else they die. Like Aryu's about to die if I didn't fucking save him. He's done this so many times, he keeps forgetting that. Anyway, Thunder 3 is a tank buster, which also has a little AoE around it, if I recall correctly. Fire 3, which will just hit some people when AoE on them. Now Fire 3 with channeling the void, which means it is going to do this type of Fire 3, which gives you Pyretic. Pyretic is a debuff that you will see a lot in this game, the farther you go into it, and it basically means don't move. Thunder 3, when he's channeling the void, means an AoE around him. Blizzard 4 when he's challenging, which means he's gonna do the ice thing. This is another thing you'll see a lot, where you basically need to move, otherwise you will be frozen to the ground. Anyway, the decisive battle means he's going to do some damage in the middle of the arena. Some proximity-based damage. And they want to go to the back of him, because his front is going to spew out zombie gas, which will make people into zombies. Flares, which are reverse stacks as I like to call them. And a meteor is just rate by damage. Then Black Hole, which will do some rate by damage and create black holes, which will do shit. Is channeling thunder. Oh, gotta get away. Right, another stack. Don't really know what those what those black hole balls do to you, but I don't think you should touch it. Another meteor. A normal Thunder Sword, which is just a tank buster, of course. As that tank almost runs me over with it. Another black hole. And a channel fire 3, which means that I'm going to stop using actions right now. And flares. Squeeze me. Oh shit. Oh, I managed to refresh that freaking the dots. Nice. Wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to do it. And then another meteor. A normal Thunder 3, so another Tank Buster. Which should also, of course, hit you with lightning resistance down, so it's technically recommended to tank swap, but in normal mode, it's a lot of the time not really necessary. And that's it. There's some more mechanics to the fight, but once again, we don't really see them because of the stat creep, and I'm not gonna look for midnight level parties to do all this content. Why? The fort was mine to command! Suck. How could it arg? Damn, boy, he dead. And we win. And we completed Deltascape. Wind up ffXIV. And a lot of other crap. I will just pass on. Just a level checker. Delta 4 eliminated, no more Deltascape subjects remain. Initiating world shutdown. Wait, what's happening? Are you going to roll? Other person, or are you going to be one of those just like, huh, I want this thing, so I'm gonna okay. Try and time me out. My ffXIV. Lynn, thank the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, we feared the worst. Given that all of us are present and corporeal, does this mean this area is no longer the Deltascape? Deltascape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations. Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. Blip. With that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. Hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things were proceeding rather smoothly. We couldn't have done it without you, old friend. Come, let's turn to reality and enjoy what rest we can. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly. This world thou harbours doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have conducted its test in complete secrecy, unbeknownst to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou truly? The instrument of the mortal's triumph, or the bait that lureth them into the abyss? Thou knowest not thine own purpose, and we can but watch and wait. Yep, outcome unexpected. Projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome supported the hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Initiating new test. Subject Alpha group members to severe stress. Searching database for suitable event. Beep. Event found. The death of a comrade. Right. Ah, it feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha. Fearlessly going into battle whenever you are called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable joining us out here? I'll take it as a yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. But mayhap I should take this opportunity to complete the results of our investigation thus far. No rest for the righteous. Right then, let's head back to Ralgus Reach. Jesse will want to know exactly what we've been up to. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Let's see. That is not the correct quest. Whoopsie. Alright, can't fly here. Welcome back then. I'm told you've been blazing a trail for us. The way I hear it, our investigation would have long since ground to a halt without you. I realize you're mostly interested in saving the world, but I want you to know how much I appreciate you helping the company out like this. Frankly, we need all the help that we can get, or with our esteemed president diving headlong into the jaws of danger without a word of warning to anyone. Irresponsible doesn't begin to describe it. You didn't tell her? I did, after a fashion, though I may have exercised some executive discretion. I'm no stranger to your lone endeavors or your habit of confusing personnel and company interests, but just because you've always done things a certain way doesn't make it the right way. And until you wake up to your responsibilities, I'm going to keep reminding you of them. But such irksome matters aside. Aren't you just the most adorable little thing? He followed you here of his own free will, did he? Which means he's basically part of the family. And why wouldn't he grant us exclusive right to use his likeness? Should we start off with a simple clockwork version? They'll be queuing up in the streets. Oh, you can't be... What in the seven has gotten into you? Listen, if I've caused any distress, I apologize, but I will not have you comment on our guest's marketability. Where are Biggs and Wedge? Shouldn't they be back by now? Oh, I thought you might have sent them off on another unauthorized mission. Last I heard from them, they said they were scouting Omega Control for anything useful. Would have been a good while ago now, though. I don't like the sound of this. We have all the necessary permissions. The area is technically a theater of war, and one littered with unknown elegant artifacts to boot. Something may well have befallen them. We'd best take the Excelsior and go and find them. Leaving again so soon? Nero, then, I want you two to accompany the chief. Make sure he doesn't do anything rash or take any detours. Consider it done. I shall bring him back, even if I have to drag him by the goggle straps. Wanna come along, eh? It's probably for the best. If we leave you here, Jesse is liable to make a mold out of you. Alright, let's get moving. I'll bring the airship to Gridania. Wait for me at the landing. My nose. My blimmin' nose. Gotta love the juice. Looks like we're all set. We're all here, sorry. Let's make haste for the Cardinal Flats. Go on ahead to the control room, then. We'll follow as soon as we've moored the Excelsior. Really? Thanks, game. Something else. Big wedge. You're right. Answer me. Is that Chief Lin? A monster appeared out of thin air. Targets exhibit vital signs. Mission failed. However, Alpha Group members exhibit heightened levels of stress. Objective fulfilled. Omega, use that thing upon them? Affirmative. I am able to create simple life forms instantaneously at any temporal or spatial coordinate. Such beings may pose a negligible threat to you, however. They are more than sufficient to grievously wound or kill the majority of your kind. I could instigate a massacre at any time, and you would be powerless to prevent it. Detector shifting policy? Quantity over quality? Negative. My objective remains unchanged. Evolutions through formidable opposition. However, in that course of seeking suitable subjects, I observed an anomaly. Those whom you call heroes. History shows numerous instances of otherwise unremarkable individuals who have defeated vastly superior beings, who triumphed in the face of apparently impossible odds, who performed what are properly termed miracles. This has occurred too frequently to be dismissed as a mere statistical aberration. I seek to understand this phenomenon. Should it prove to be of benefit, I will incorporate it into my own evolution. It is for this purpose that I brought you to my domain. So putting on a show at a yawn and planting Alpha in our midst was but a part of your grand plan. By your victories, you have demonstrated the self-same anomaly. You are fit to remain my subjects. You will continue participating in my experiment, withdraw, and I will commence the extermination of your kind. This is an order, a threat, a declaration of war. I am an enemy to all life upon this star. It would seem we have much to ponder. But first things first. We must tend to our friends. Quickly. Help me carry them. Garland and Alpha took our two wounded to the Conjurers Guild. The chief bids me lend a hand, so I suppose I shall take myself there too. You, meanwhile, are to return to Rogus Reach and report to Jesse. Yeah. Oh, the hiccups. Yeah. The hickening. Go, Joker. I also got this freaking thing. Then I heard there was trouble. What has 7 else happened? What? Omega loosed a fiend on Biggs and Wedge? Toying with people's lives like it was all a game. This is madness. So, sir, will they be alright? The worst is past, but they still drift in and out of consciousness. They'll remain in the Conjurer's care for a time. All we can do is wait and pray. Ah, God strike me down for a fool. I should have been more mindful of the dangers. I should Should never have what? Activated Omega? You know as well as I do that there was no other way to defeat Shinryu. But is this truly any better? All of mankind is being held to ransom. And as the one who activated Omega, I bear the responsibility. The responsibility? Just the kind of thing the new you would say. You are deluding yourself, Garland. We are scientists, not heroes. Even you must concede your talents do not extend to combat. The old you understood this far better. He only looked forwards, and he gave himself wholly to silence. And then you changed. You styled yourself a pacifist and started spouting tripe about the proper uses of technology. It was in the wake of your old man's mishap at Boscha, I believe. Calm yourself. All I wish to say is, embrace who you are, a man who devotes his mind to making the impossible possible. With little prospect of restoring the stasis system, I'm afraid we have no recourse but to continue participating in Omega's tests. Assuming Midgard's Homer is the right of it, we face a legion of foes from history, both real and imagined. Though I may not be the one who charges into the fray, I shall fight beside you as best I know how. That said, it would inevitably fall to you to administer the coup de grace. Old friend, so please, for Biggs and Wedge, and for all of us, don't lose. Quack, quack, quack. I reckon that little scamp is trying to encourage it. Fallen far indeed to earn its pity, said the former tribunus. Till such time as Omega next extends us an invitation, you will find me analyzing the data from our investigation. Good evening to you. Before they were attacked, Biggs and Wedge discovered a tombstone. I shall examine its contents and make the information available on the terminal over there as I extract it. Feel free to refer to it whenever the occasion arises. There's no telling when Omega will summon us, but we must all see that we are ready when it does. Fear not, old friend. We'll get through it together. Somehow or other. Yes, we shall. Right. Resizing, welcome. How may I assist you today? Access the Savage Initiative. Good evening, valued employee. Thank you for always for your tireless efforts. Tell me, are you getting enough rest? Are you sleeping and eating well? Are your eyes not blurry from overuse? Here at the Garland Ironworks, your well-being is our priority. To that end, we have introduced a program to address work-related stress. Dubbed the Savage Initiative, for we must be savage on stress. It adds a touch of relaxation to the daily grind. For its maiden feature, we are pleased to bring you Mending Melodies, songs that soothe body and soul. This particular piece was composed and recorded for our benefit by a minstrel of no small renown. It has been proven to possess potent healing properties and promises to promote happiness as well as stimulate creativity. Please be forewarned, however, that prolonged exposure may overstimulate the imagination, leading to the augmentation of one's memory. It is recommended that you enjoy the song in moderation. With that, I bid you a fulfilling day of striving for freedom through technology. And now we get Deltascape Savage unlocked. Which, you know, you will see in the Savage Clear stuff once we, as a collective static, get there. Then I'm glad you're here. In case you haven't heard, we've observed a huge surge of anomalous energy coming from Neon. I have a nasty feeling this means Omega's ready to go ahead with the next stage of its experiment. But Master Garland is on his way, so let's hear what he has to say. Master Garland. Care to share your thoughts on this, Chief? Our colleagues on the ground have reported the appearance of mysterious floating structures inside the yawn. If you recall, we were investigating a similar anomaly when Alpha and Altered Watt made their appearance. Omega certainly knows how to get our attention. I will us to recall the eagerness with which we plunged into the abyss, ignorant of the warped gladiatorial contest that awaited us within. But what a staggering collection of opponents! Plucked from the pages of both history and fiction for their ability to pose a threat to Omega. And should you prevail against these interdimensional champions, what then shall be your prize? By a battle against the most devastating weapon this world has ever seen. How marvelous. He says with eyes aflame. For once I wish you were being sarcastic. Anyway, the energy surge. Based on our previous experience, it seems highly probable that it is our signal to rejoin the fray. Needless to say, it is an invitation we cannot refuse. Not when the alternative is Omega unleashing its creations on Eorzea. Well then, are you ready to answer the call? Well, I'm afraid Biggs and Wedge won't be answering any calls just yet. They're still mending from the ambush in the control center. Yes, of course. I'll just have to struggle on without them for the time being. Don't worry, Nero and I will see to it that you receive all the support you need. Defeat is not an option. Correct. I do believe Alpha here agrees. Oh, that reminds me, I've got something special for you, little fella. Come with me. Custom-made Ironworks uniform. Oh, you do look smart, I must say. He is part of the expedition team after all, and considering the dangers lurking at Rift, it's only right that we give him some protective equipment. Very thoughtful of you, Jesse. I was thinking you were just sizing him up for a new range of merchandise. Unlike you, I can do two things at once. What about my protective equipment? You are a famous hero who can afford your own gear. I'll bet you could buy a house for the cost of what you're wearing. Joking aside, I doubt even a fine uniform like ours would last long on you, or with all the fighting you get up to. We need to tailor something specific to your needs and make it out of far more durable materials. And by durable, I mean expensive. Saying that if you were in a position to provide such materials, I'm sure our artisans would happily work day and night, all blissful smiles and sparkly eyes to make you something suitable. Fascinating though this discussion of Ironworks garmenture undoubtedly is. More time would be better spent, say, traveling to the On. Omega awaits. But your gear is only level 50. Except for the Skaven gear, I guess. But, yeah, that is made by Deltascape. Although I guess it's technically an Ironworks thing now. Because he is a part of the Ironworks. My nose. One of these days I will get this fixed. One of these days I'm gonna be able to breathe again. Yes, I'm currently still like talking for like years on end with just a single breath. Oh, inviting. I'm ready when you are, Lynn. Say the word and we'll take the plunge. Right then, into the On we go. I am with you, mortals, along with what scant wisdom I can provide. Another cutscene, or are we just immediately gonna go into the duty? My fucking nose, help me. Help! Help me! Right, back into the interdimensional rift. And there's a lot more things that parts have been broken since the last time we were here. Well, the rift seems much as it did before. It appears to be mercifully solid. Ah, well, I do detect some changes. If I'm not mistaken, there are fewer eggs floating in the ether. Welcome, Alpha Group. Your prompt arrival is appreciated. Omega. It would seem your experiment continued in our absence. Affirmative. Progress has been satisfactory. Approximately 50% of the test subjects have been eliminated. Each test world hosts an ongoing contest, wherein the strong eliminate the weak. The process is certain, conclusive, inevitable. Every result matches the predicted outcome. Every result except yours. Do these images cause you distress? Please examine them closely. Without suitable stimulation, you may not exceed your calculated probability of success. Your survival is crucial to my study. Through you, I must continue to explore the contradiction I have discovered in your otherwise impotent kind. The ability to triumph against overwhelming odds is one I must acquire. Foolish machine. What hast thou to show for all the years that have passed since the culmination of our war? Naught save thy continued existence. Hast thou no thought for what befalleth thy home star? Your attempts to provoke me will not succeed. I will follow my programming. Fight, win, evolve. Then I will return to beep, boop. Error. Accurate rendering of planetary label impossible in current mode of communication. Terminating exchange and returning to priority experiment. Alterations to equipment parameters detected. Recalculating projected compact capabilities. Beep. Complete. You will now commence recording your. I will now commence recording your practical performance. Proceed, Alpha Group. Overcome the obstacles in your path and reach the end of the course constructed for you. Since we have our orders, shall we cut a path through the shaft then? Ah, there's some nice cards, which means... One moment. Cards, game, play... Play? You mean to play a part in proceedings this time? Of course, that's what you meant. Well, we do have authorization to fight in this area of the rift, so I suppose there's nothing to stop you from joining us. Welcome aboard, Alpha. Reach the Sigma-scape. There's no avoiding this evaluation. Let's watch our step, though, eh? One of Omega's monitors. On your mark, Lynn. I'm just going to shoot an auto attack at him. Ah, of course it's shield. Leave the barrier to me. Quiet. Alpha, mind that. Trap, well, you're stuck for now. I'm gonna blow up! Ooh, that works on everybody. Nice. Didn't expect it to work on the NPCs. That's that taken care of. Child's play. It's been a poor welcome thus far. Let's just move along, shall we? Lynn, Alpha? They're not here. We've arrived on different platforms. Come near. We have to find them. Ah, we have other visitors first. They don't seem keen on letting us pass. Ah, there are a lot of them. You set them on our poor welcome, didn't you? You cannot blame me for a new employee for craving. Cannot blame a new employee for craving a challenge. Oja. Hello, brother. Jeez. No sign of thy companions. Fight on, mortal. Quick, quick. Oh, time me trick. Let's mimic the action well. Over there, flash of light. Could be Lynn and the others. Splendid. Let's get on with it then. Right, are we ready to? No, apparently not. Fortunately for you, I came prepared for the occasion. What a perfect opportunity to field test my latest creation. Behold, the Mark something Iron Nero, complete with the new and improved Mighty Mjolnir Gunhammer. Step aside, Garland, and bear witness to the devastation. Right. Iron Nero. I do want to know, is this supposed to be just like straight up an Iron Man reference? Maybe I'm pulling him a little bit closer to Nero. So we can hit him. Alpha takes out a card. Destroying all of those, Jesus. Finally, a proper challenge to just those tedious barriers are behind us. Let's get that boy. Here so. Let's finish this. Explosive fists. Holy crap, that was a lot of damage, yeah. There we go. Seems to be the end of them. And of the path as well. As well. As far as operational duration goes, that was pushing the limit. Still, that should suffice. In between scrambling to stay out of the way of Nero's new toy, I found myself wondering about that card you used, Alpha. Care to explain? He boasteth that it is but one of many tools at his disposal. Be not deceived by his appearance. Like all of Omega's creations, Alpha was chosen for his prowess in battle. Yep, analysis complete. Results match revised predictions. At this rate of improvement, you will fail to qualify as subject of note. Midgard your parameters are notably inferior. Dost thou yet believe me the mighty worm I was in life? That incarnation perished long ago. My fate was sealed the moment I delivered my spawn into this far-flung star. That they might be suffered to remain, I did offer up my life unto Heidelin, abiding thenceforth in spectral form, a servant to be summoned in her hour of need. Your account correlates with my records. I'm sorry, that is Omega. Your account correlates with my records. It explains why I arrived on this planet, only to find that my journey's purpose was lost. Of necessity, my priority shifted to repairs, even as I searched for a new target of sufficient strength. Yet I still do not understand why you ate these creatures. I should think the reason plain, but mayhap 'tis not so for a soulless machine such as thee. By thee and thine was my home laid waste. The sound of thee, thy very scent, visited upon me a tempest of rage. I but lend to these mortals what little aid I can render. Illogical. If your purpose is to facilitate my destruction, it would require an entity more powerful than you were at your prime. Without the means to master such might, your presence here is meaningless. The experiment continues. Alpha Group, your next opponent awaits you within the FfXIV. Enter and commence the contest. That should do it. Our new base of operations is up and running. Now what I'd really like to do is delve a little deeper into Omega's past, but as our dragon seems disinclined to indulge my curiosity, we had best focus on the task at hand. Let's get on with conquering the occupants of this ffXIV, shall we? That is what we will do in the next episode, like the Sigma males that we are. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of Deltascape Lounge. I don't think I did my thing properly again. Man, should I read it? Shouldn't I just keep it just thread? It just works. Or just say another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. I think it's a better idea, actually. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. And, well, to the next episode we're going to go and deal with even more of this beautiful, beautiful raid series. Goodbye.